Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in. I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in. I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stop, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and my only know it take time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. And for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Like I work in finance. God bless, no, it's not by chance. Don't dab me, you're not my man. Don't at me, you're not my man. Mama said, don't buy it if you cannot buy it twice. I cop by the tools and I don't pump fake with the price. Always on the grind, I put in work with all my might. I know that he got me, not by sight. Yeah. That's for sure though. Grinding from the grip, no shame, take a photo. Time to take a trip, we head north to the border. Say you feeling up, I'm my favorite type of hoarder. I got kids to feed, I got enemies, I got guys give, so they envy me. Got some friends out in Memphis like Aubrey. Got some friends fought for orange like some autumn leaves. Yeah. I vanish, I slide out land dish, V12 engine, all black like Batman. 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 I hit record it, drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, vintage frames on my face. Looking like I'm from the deep. These no Cartiers, pockets deep, 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 bro. I can get in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a peep, bro. Whoa, whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Neighborhood on the scene, neighborhood on the strip. Neighborhood be the name, neighborhood no crib. Neighborhood that's me, neighborhood that's Nick. Neighborhood do the dance, neighborhood do the dip. Okay, thought I'd never make it like no way. I'm the real deal, no role play. My days off, that's no days. No, I hustle hard, young rose. E be the shooter, that's cold case. Those on the deals, that's brose. Got no pay, yo, no say. Okay, this the news, tell them read it. Been the one since the fetus. Don't sleep on me, Tempur-Pedic. That's a no, no, no. Spending dope for no reason. Got a ball head, Mr. Cleaner. Heard the big bags overseas, then we gon' go, go, go. Whoa, whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Ayy, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm meant to. Hit the ground running like the rent do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up, say what's the hold up, I got up. It seem like every time I show up, it gotta go up. See the drip, they see the glow up. Oh, now they know us. See, it's funny how my pockets out of shape, but I fit for the flex. Clear the phone call, hit my chick with a text. Parlay through the bird with my drip from the jets. Save a couple hundred, buy your with the rest. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ayy, winning like I ought to. I ain't wanna do it, but I got to. Smoking what my doctor told me not to. Got these wishing they was hot too. Ballin' like I need to. Got my exes wishing for a redo. Be through. Hit her with a tip, that's a preview. Hold up, wait up, get your weight up. Should get your money, not your hater. Boy, draw a play up. I flip my wrist, a layup. She wanna lay up. I gotta get it, I'ma stay up. I'm on the way up. I got my pay up. I ain't playing with you. I'm a coach now. Commentating, do the most now. I be somewhere booted with my toes down. Make little baby tooted with nose down. I prefer my reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Ayy, filling my pocket with legal tender, cost me to be the winner. Fly out before I can see the winner, no more TV dinners. Wake up and roll me a wood in the morning. I heard it go good with the vitamin C. Baby, you don't need no friend for this evening. Believe me, you better all ride with me. Slide to the loop when my leisure, but still had to cop me a crib right outside of the D. I let them think what they wanted, cause I got bundles of bread. Ain't bothering me. I've been up late in the lab just in case you was looking. That's where I'ma probably be. Make sure you thought about all of that you saying before you done brought it to me. Brought all my salt to the masses. As soon as I dropped out of classes, I knew it was over. Lately I feel like I'm cashes in poverty. Made me a savage, just weight on my shoulder. Told my little baby to wait. I showed I'm really the man. All of these rappers be trying to send me they songs, I just told them to send me a band. All of my gon' turn up the function, I'm hitting the stage with that Henny in hand. Boy, you ain't popping until you can fly out the country. I met on my city demands. I do not rock with authority morally, none of them be coming correct. Watch how you treating the one at the bottom. Tomorrow he might just be coming to connect. I know that well what I know. I can't speak what I don't. I don't stress how you feel, so I'm gon' do what I want. Know that well what I know. I don't speak what I don't. I can't stress how you feel, so I'm gon' do what I want. I can't fight, I'm over that. That just feel like overkill. Act like I ain't told you that. Don't do that, you know the deal. I can't fight, I'm over that. That just feel like overkill. Act like I ain't told you that. Don't do that, you know the drill. Ay, filling my pocket with legal tender, cost me to be the winner. Shining so hard they gon' see me enter. No more TV dinners. All that I know is I know what I know, and I gotta go learn what I don't. I do recall how them that treated me. Wish I could say that it healed, but I won't. I been up middle of the night, got a new riddle to write. That's the life of an artist. Girl, you too pretty to fight. Let's just be civil tonight, I'ma love you regardless. All of this love in the air. What are you not breathing or something? What's up? Be tripping on power, talking to me like I need them or something. That's tough, tougher than you could imagine. Seem like my usual fashion is never to worry. Ain't got the time to be wasting, but I cannot honestly tell you it's better to hurry. Hurting your feelings if ever you think that I'm giving a just give it some time. Don't even give them attention. If ever I feel their intention is different from mine, I do whatever I wanna, and most of them only gon' do what they fit in a break. Popping too much for the populous area. Roll me a blunt and go sit by the lake. Living my life in the moment. The power is present, and present is all that we got. None of these ain't telling me nothing. The moment they hear it, it's already hot. I know that well what I know. I can't speak what I don't. I don't stress how you feel, so I'm gon' do what I want. Know that well what I know. I don't speak what I don't. I can't stress how you feel, so I'm gon' do what I want. I can't fight, I'm over that. That just feel like overkill. Act like I ain't told you that. Don't do that, you know the deal. I can't fight, I'm over that. That just feel like overkill. Act like I ain't told you that. Don't do that, you know the drill.
I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keeta. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reef. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood, I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took the route that's seen it. I'm so outspoken like Reese. Jimmy Neutron, boy, Young G's. And I'm a self-made. And it's still off top, I'm tweaking. But I still got demons. I ain't no good, I'm evil. I ain't been clean since Eden. It's a war going on outside. You put your hand like the Macarena. That's why I gotta watch my demeanor. You know they locking up blacks and Latinos. It's the same old game, ain't nothing really changed but the mileage on the meter of the Beamer. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keeta. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. He shed real blood, I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too
Check out one of our sponsors, afjcworldwide.com. That is afjcworldwide.com for our latest apparel, homeware, and drinkware. Definitely get a shirt for your husband, wife, doesn't matter. Again, check out afjcworldwide.com. What's cracking, man? What's going? Oh man, my internet is not working with me. Oh, it's all good though. It's all good. If my internet's not good, I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna just come back on. But let me know what you think. Hit me a 1 if the internet's good. If it's 2, if it's bad, then just have to restart it. Mm, mm, mm. But anyway, see if it works. See, this is the problems you have when you're in the deep south, man. You're in the deep south, man. And, you be having these issues. But anyway, that's not another near here or there. Man, my name is LeBron J. Appreciate everybody on here. Got some topics I want to talk about, man. I want to rant, to vent, get my little rant on, and then after that, if you want to come on and talk, let's do it. Got a little delay, man. Internet is. I might have to come back on. This might not work. We'll see. Well, anyway, man. See, I got my Seattle hat on. Russell gone, man. Russell gone. Russell going to Denver. Denver, man. What y'all think about that? That's right. Hold on, man. It just this computer is not working. I am having issues with it, but I'm gonna keep on rolling. Definitely, if you want to support the channel, if you want to support me talking about my man right here, LeBron James, hit that cash app. Hit the cash app. Hold on. Oh man, my internet is screwed up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to come back on. This ain't keep freezing. I'll try it one more time, but yeah, if you want to continue to support the channel, I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. Hit the Cash App, hit the super chat, bro. Hit the super chat, man. It's a whole fact and nothing but the facts. If you want to keep hearing that content about
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
hit me back. That's a fact. But yeah, I want to get into a couple topics, man. Obviously my front runner is Deion Sanders, the legend. Deion Sanders, that's for the shock value, if you will. I want to talk about what happened to him. Also, man, I want to get into Brittney Griner. Now, most people don't really care about Brittney Griner. Nobody talking about her really. Uh, but yeah, she's still in Russia, man. A picture just popped up all of a sudden, basically stating that she got arrested. It's very interesting how all this information is coming out now. Very interesting that it's coming out now. So, in my opinion, I think Putin's playing around with America. He got his little bait, but that's neither here or there. Also, I wanted to kind of touch on Dirk Nowitzki opened up about the disrespect that LeBron James and Dwyane Wade did in the NBA Finals. When LeBron James choked.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
Yeah, so talking about it. Yeah, I'm saying I'm a this that game right there in Dallas messed up LeBron's legacy, man. He messed it up. You the boy choked, man. We could bring out the notes if you want to. If you want to get the smoke, all these LeBron sexuals out there, we're gonna bring the facts. And if you want to come on here to talk about it, I might give you opportunity. But right now, I'm going to rant for a minute. That's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully, this internet start working for me. Internet playing me, man. LeBron must own my internet. Yeah, so um Deion Sanders unfortunately got his toe amputated. And I'm kind of briefly talk about that. That's the showrunner right there. I want to ask a question. I'm gonna ask a few questions, and I'm gonna answer them, and hopefully, if you want to go in the comments, you want to answer them, go right ahead. Well, LeBron James be remembered for these times at the end of his career, and what I want to bring that up is because typically we don't remember the bad things that happen to people once they become legendary. Let me repeat that. Most people don't remember the bad stuff that they did or the bad times that they had in their career when they're legendary. Think about it. Richard Pryor had bad movies. You understand me? Bad movies, but we don't remember that. We just remember when he had the red suit on and he was doing Sunset Park. They just remember how they made them feel. But in the 80s and beyond, he had bad moments, like the time when he burnt himself up. Freebasing. We fail to remember that. And my question is why? And will they remember these times with the LA Lakers, LeBron James? Michael Jordan, the legendary man, arguably the best NBA basketball player we ever saw. They call him the GOAT. Everybody wanted to be like Mike. People drink Gatorade in that nasty box of Wheaties because of him. Gatorade need to pay me. I'm all promoting their company. LeBron James, Michael Jordan did a lot. But people forget that he played for those Wizards and he could not win. He tried to win without Scotty and he could not do it. He had a gambling problem. People forget, 1992. And he owed a gangster money. He cheated on his wife multiple times, but I guess that is just a normal situation when it comes to athletes. Athletes, entertainers, and fraternity guys. Women, stay away from them. But he did a lot of bad things. But we, as a society, erase that part of Michael Jordan's career. We wanted him back so bad. We look at sitcoms and we're so excited that a sitcom might get rebooted, but will never be what it was back in the day. Like everybody want Martin to be on TV. Like we wanted to see Martin and we want to see Gina, but come to realize it's never the same. Never, never the same. And we give them passes. We give them passes for not being as great as they were. And they come out and they look bad. Like, did you see? See, we all the people Generation X, urban community, we grew up on Martin, and Martin used to be the funniest man in the world. He lost his funny. He has a lot of misses, and I'm talking about Martin Lawrence. He has a lot of misses, but we don't remember those misses. Like the one movie he had with he was a knight. He's a knight in the movie, and another movie that bombed with it was called Rebound. It was a basketball movie. Like he had a lot of bad movies, but we don't remember that. Only thing we remember about LeBron. I keep saying LeBron because LeBron's on my mind.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
Only thing that we remember that we want to remember is the good times. So, only thing we remember is Martin, the show Martin, and we remember Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3 or whatever. I don't even know if people like 3. But when you watch him in 3, he was not the same. Martin was not the same in 3 as he was in number 1. He was in his prime in number 1. He was in his prime. So, my question is, like I said, will people forget about this part of LeBron's career? Now, see, because everybody want to have this argument of who is the greatest basketball player, and they're trying to dethrone Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and they're having a hard time doing this because we witnessed LeBron fold in his prime. You can never say that you saw Michael Jordan fold up in any big game. And the argument that Shannon Sharp always say and Nick Wright is, what about he played 15 years? What about the other 11 years or what have you that of not having success? That's not the point. LeBron, what are we talking about? Numbers? Because this is what the argument is now with LeBron James. LeBron is trying to create his own narrative. So before it was championships, he realized he couldn't do that. He was getting nervous because he put on his thing that he's the best. He wanted to be the best. And his first stint in Cleveland, everybody gives him an excuse for. I'm not, because he could have won. Like I always say, we are people of our generation. So if you're part of a generation, you have to wait your turn. It's as simple as that. You have to wait your turn. When I was playing baseball and when I was 10 years old, I was not obviously the people in the 10-year-old group was not better than the 12-year-old group. They had more experience. So you had to wait your turn. When you get to high school, I see most people didn't really get their shot till they became seniors. because the ninth graders was always going to be better than it. I mean, the 12th graders were always going to be better than the ninth graders, right? You get to college, unless you're a standout college player, you got to wait your turn. You're never going to be probably better than the seniors because they have seniority. They've been there. They've been playing. But you play with your group and you dominate your group. And then when you get to um, the pro level, there's a point of where you peak, right? You have when you peak, you have the maximum, uh, information of doing your job, and you have the athletic ability. And then after that, you start sliding down. So what I was saying about LeBron James in his first stint with Cleveland, which what I'm saying about that is, well, I'm gonna say it in a minute. People ain't gonna like it. LeBron James could have won if he would have stayed the course. He could have won if he would have stayed that course in Cleveland. And this is why I say that. The brother was taking teams out, and he's not the only one that was scoring on the team. He wasn't. Larry Hughes was an all-star. He was scoring 17 points a game or something like that. You had the one point guard, I forgot his name, and he was scoring. You had Agauskas. They had a decent team, and people want to rewrite history. Back in the day, back in the 2000s and the 90s, it was about getting a superstar and getting players around them. If you're lucky to get two superstars, and you might get two superstars through the draft. Now you can't grow a team through with the draft anymore. You have to get somebody who's ready. But back then, that's how it was. Case in point, Philadelphia. They had one superstar player and role players around them, Allen Iverson. And guess what? They went to the championship. What 2001? The Pacers, same thing. They had Reggie Miller and a bunch of helpers. Jalen Rose was never an All Star, but they got to the finals and they end up winning 2 games against the Lakers. The New Jersey Nets. Who did they have? They had Jason Kidd, which was not a scorer, but he was a great facilitator, and they had a bunch of other role players. And they went to the championship twice in a row. So that's how the teams were built. And I can continue to keep going. Detroit was the same way. They had a bunch of role players, man. Chauncey Billups was not that good when he came into the league. He became a better player. Ben Wallace at a black college, man. What we talking about? Like they only person that was in the start lineup that was in they went to college. Rasheed Wallace went to North Carolina, and Rip Hamilton was in won a championship in Connecticut. But like I was saying, the point is they had the East. I mean, particularly the East, but you had the player and you had role players around them. So he could have won. Everybody want to sit there and talk about the Spurs. They had a great system, and arguably one of the greatest players ever was Duncan. But when LeBron played against when he was in his prime, because the angry LeBron was he should have been when he first started, but when the angry LeBron played in Miami, I thought that was the bust because you had a team that super team with 3 different young all stars. You should have won at least 4, for real. The Spurs was old, and it's crazy because they only have one top 75 player on the team. That's Duncan. Tony Parker's not on the top 75. What we talking about here? So what is their criteria? So see, LeBron is changing the narrative because he wants to be number one so bad. And you fumbled the ball, bro. Don't care how many points you score, you old man. Who gives a nobody watched the NBA to watch the old players, man. I mean, look, I enjoy watching LeBron. I'm a fan. I mean, I was mad he ain't play yesterday with his messed up knees because he all old and stuff. Got icy hot on his knees. But he old. Everybody's so excited. Oh, he scored 56 points and he's 100 years old. Who gives a crap?
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
Nobody cares. I mean, you old. Your team is not winning. Same thing that happened with, like I was saying when I first started this conversation. People wanted to um, live off of what Michael Jordan did in the 90s. So they just erased what happened with the Wizards. Nobody even want to think about what happened with the Wizards because it wasn't success. So nobody knows that. They used the Men in Black little light bloop. Nobody want to talk about that. But he was scoring. I remember they was like, he's the first 40-year-old to score 40 points. Who cares? They went home. They didn't play. They didn't play in the playoffs. You're not remembered for what you do in the regular season. You old, bro. You built this team together. Every team you had, you built. See, when you're dealing with LeBron James, he has a system, the LeBron James system, and it's only going to get you so far because he does not make players better. No matter what people say, he does not make players better. I have stats. If we want to talk about stats, it's he don't make players better. He make them worse. And I'm gonna bring the stats out. Everybody, Bosh played worse. He was a superstar, all star in Toronto. But I'm gonna bring it out. I'm gonna bring the stats out. LeBron don't make people better. He makes them worse. He holds the ball, and Bosh said the same thing. Charmer said the same thing. Kevin Love said the same thing. LeBron can't work with young players. Anytime he gets a team, he wipes out all the young players because he don't want to develop them. That's what he did with LA. And shame on LA. Now LA been a bad team for years. And the reason why the LA is a bad team is because of the management. See, sometimes you get a job for the benefits, man. Sometimes you don't look at how much you're getting paid. I remember some guy told me this a long time ago. One of my old boss, shout out to Jim, and he was like, most people don't get jobs for the money, but they get jobs for the benefits. LeBron James didn't go here to win a championship. He went here for the benefits. When you get a job, you like, man, do they have medical insurance? They have life insurance. Do I get these days off? I remember I had this one job. It was they. I got the job. I was really excited when they said you get flex time. So what that basically means is when you get the job, if you're working hard and if you work till 7 o'clock, well, guess what? The office closes at 4. So you have flex time. So you have 3 hours flex time you can use the next day, and you only got to come in until 12. This is what they told me, but it never happened that way. I'm sitting there working 12-hour days. I'm working 12-hour days. Never could get a time off. It was just been so busy, so hectic. The place wasn't successful, but I got the job for the benefits, and I couldn't even use my benefits. It was crazy out there, man. The job was horrible, but that's not what they sold me. It was glitter and glam. It was like, hey, you can have your own time. You ever see those jobs where they were like, you could be your own boss, but then you realize that they're not paying you nothing. It's a commission job. You got to get your own clients. LeBron went to LA not to win championships. He went there because he wanted the the lifestyle. See, most people don't want to play in Chicago because it's cold. They don't want to play in cold cities. Imagine playing for Miami. Imagine playing for California. They don't want to play in New York when you get out, your nice clothes is all slushy, snowy on your feet, and your nice rims. You can't put rims on your car in the winter because it's messing up your rims. Nobody wants to play there. LA is the place. LA is the place where you want to be. And he went there because he got his company. His son plays out there. He didn't care about winning championships. And people could talk about that AAU championship if they want to. That was an AAU championship tournament. Dude had 4 months off. Nobody wanted to be in that bubble. Can't tell me nothing. LeBron ain't been the same. I think he peaked winning that championship. I think that was incredible when he won that championship in Cleveland. The league helped him though, because you remember they suspended Draymond Green. Let's not get it twisted, because if you got you could talk about things I can too. They gave him that championship, but I will give you that Cleveland one. We did it for you, ain't that? He said we did it for you. Ever since that he played there, he was done. He's old. Like his prime is done. He never played a full season since. And I'm not mad at him. He's old. I mean, like, he's been in the league for 19 years. He gave us 19 plus years. Thank you. And he's probably gonna give us another 3 or 4. But they're gonna try to erase this era, because think about this. And this is when I talk about people get jobs for benefits. Magic Johnson is a Laker. Kobe Bryant is a Laker. Jerry West, he is a Laker. They bled yellow and purple and gold. LeBron James plays for the Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal played for the Lakers. He's not a Laker. Do you see the difference? Shaquille O'Neal was the biggest star that we ever had in the NBA. One of the biggest stars. 7 foot, nice superstar. He can rap. He can act. He can score. Score 50 points in one game against the Clippers. And Jerry Buss was willing to get rid of him for Kobe. LeBron James is a player that plays for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant is a Laker. Magic Johnson is a Laker. Jerry Buss is a Laker. Shaquille O'Neal was not a Laker. He was a guy that played, like I said. They were willing. He was the best player in the NBA for like 3 straight years. We never seen nothing like it. They could. He was unwatchable. They couldn't watch this guy. And Jerry Buss got rid of him because he was a guy who played for the Lakers. Wilt Chamberlain was a freak of nature. So, and this is what I'm saying. Like, when we want to talk about numbers, if we want to talk about numbers, because this is what the argument is coming to. Oh, LeBron scores 27, 7, and 7. He's just consistent with it, right? We never seen this before. He's just been consistent for 19 years. Fantastic. That's fantastic. So if we're going to talk about numbers, then we're going to have to put Wilt in the conversation, right? Because Wilt scored 100 points in one game. He was how many scoring records that he had? It was ridiculous. He was a freak of nature. One year he decided, and this is what people said. He stopped. He said, "Look, I'm gonna stop trying to get the scoring title. I'm gonna get the rebound title this year," and that's what he did. So we're gonna talk about stats. Wilt could have had the score so high um, in regards to the scoring, all-time scoring champ, if he wanted to. But here's the thing: people who win scoring titles don't win. I'm gonna pull this up and show you this. It doesn't matter. Oh, scoring. 1 second. I'll show you why it doesn't matter how many points somebody's scoring because they're not winners. Let's see if I can pull it up. All right, right here. Oh, got it up, got it up, got it up. Share. All right. All right. Hopefully you can see that there. Let's see if I get up here right here. Okay, so everybody want to talk about scoring titles, man. Or oh, he scored 50. People who usually do all this scoring do not win championships. Let's go to Wilt right here. Wilt scored 38 points a game in 60, 61, 50 points, 44, 36, 34, 33. In this span right here, from 60 to 66, did not win a championship. You know who was winning those days? Boston. Boston won all these years from 60 to like 69. This is when they always talk about uh, Russell having all them championships, right? 11 championships. But Wilt was winning the scoring title. Does not mean anything. Shout out to that movie, that show on HBO. Did y'all watch that show, man? I think it's called Showtime. No, that's not Showtime. Winning. That's what it's called. Based off the book Showtime, which I'm gonna kind of get into in a minute. But Rick, look, Rick Barry. Look at these people. These are scoring champions. 69-70. Jerry West, 31 points a game. He won the scoring title. Did not win. Look at this: 73, 74, 75. Buffalo Braves, Buffalo Braves, Buffalo Braves. They didn't win. Pete Maravich definitely didn't win for the for the Jazz. George Gervin, nope. Look at this. It doesn't mean anything. Everybody wants something because LeBron's going to win the scoring title this year. He's going to either come close because right now he wants to be labeled as a scorer. It doesn't matter. Now, in the 80s, we know who won in the 80s, right? Utah Jazz, they did not win. 30 points a game, 32 for George Gervin. Bernard King was killing in 84, 85. He got 32 points a game. You have Dominique Wilkins, 30 points a game in 80, 85, 86. Guess who won that year? Boston, 86, 87. The Lakers won. Jordan got 37 points, 35 points the next year. It doesn't matter. But everybody want to make a big deal about LeBron James still scoring. It's a team game. We have to make these players better. That's what you have to do. And he does not make play. He don't make teams better. He don't. Look at this. Tracy McGrady. Now this is our time right here. 98, 99, 80, 98, 99 season. Allen Iverson won scoring title. Did not win. He won it again. 31 points in 2000, 2001. Then he won it the next year. Did not win. Tracy McGrady the next 2 years. It doesn't matter. Kobe Bryant did it. They didn't even make the playoffs these years. He was getting 35 points a game. Kevin Durant been scoring all these points once he got in the league. If y'all can see this, Harden been winning the score. It doesn't matter. You got to make your team better, and he hasn't. I'm gonna get back to him in a minute. I'm gonna pull some stuff up. But it is what it is, man. What all I'm asking, like, what we talking about here? Are we gonna talk about him getting the scoring title that he's the best? How about the times when he folded? He folded like a lawn chair, man. Hold up right here. Shout out for the guys who support gave me that super chat. Um, hit me up with the super chat, or you definitely hit me up with the TNJ Radio. Um, you could do that as well, or you could do the LJ Report 412. If you want to support the channel. But there was well, I'll briefly talk about this real quick. Deion Sanders, man. I don't know if you guys heard about Deion Sanders. He ended up getting two of his toes amputated. And it was trending, so I figured I put it on the trending topics. Kind of go over that, but it's crazy. It's crazy what happened. Let me see if I can pull that up. Stop sharing that. Stop sharing and go to the screen. Sad story, man, with Deion Sanders, man. I want to say, see if I can pull it up here. You can see that. But Deion Sanders is an amazing guy, man. I think I love seeing his transformation of who he was from his persona coming out of Florida State. I live close to down south, close to there, and people adore him down here. They love him. He was a two-sport player, one of the first guys to get the bag as a cornerback, and just seeing the transformation because he was a womanizer. He went through some depression when he won those championships. I think he won the championship because the thing is with sports, they make everything about winning the championship. And one thing I found is when you win the championship, is nothing like grinding with your teammates. You know, it's the small things that you remember. The trophy is just a trophy, but you remember like being in the trenches with your team and watching the crowd go crazy for the work that you're putting in. And when he won the championship with the 49ers, Deion Sanders, um, when he won the championship, he said he didn't even go party with anybody. He went home and basically he was going to kill himself. He said he was going to drive off the bridge and just kill himself because it didn't fulfill him. See, a lot of times people think that if you have the women, if you have the cars and the lifestyle, is everything's going to you know make you feel better, but it didn't. And then after that, he seeked God, and God told him, like he wanted to help people. So I think it's fantastic, man. Like what he's doing right now, I think it's fantastic. He's helping the youth, he's helping the kids, and just seeing somebody with that ability. And sometimes, like when you look at adults, I mean, look at kids kind of, what should I say? They they don't understand who you used to be. They're just looking at you right now. You know, Deion Sanders could tell anybody, I ran a four flat, but they're gonna see this brother with two left toes. Like, nah, you probably didn't. You had to be there, and that's what younger people do. Younger people just disrespectful. They're disrespectful, and they try you. So all I have to say is like you see this guy who, he lost his toes, man. That had to be so demeaning. I'm gonna play the video because he's doing a documentary about it, and that's what I mean. Like he's showing his life, like he's giving up his life to Christ, and he's being an inspiration for others. And I appreciate that so much, from a guy like that because, like I said, he was one of the top athletes, played two sports, and dominated in them. Things that we dream of. did everything that we wanted to do. Got a big house in Texas, and he mentored kids. Just amazing. But to look at, and I'm gonna play the video. But so the article basically says Deion Sanders has his toe amputated after surgery complications. They were trying to ensure that he had a life. So basically, he was going to die. He had a surgery. Um, so Deion Sanders had two toes on his left foot amputated because of blood clots stemming from a previous surgery. The Jackson State head coach and NFL Hall of Famer revealed the severity of his foot injury in the episode of Coach Prime documentary series that is going to air Tuesday night on Barstool Sports. Now, the 54-year-old Sanders, who lost 35 pounds during his 1 month hospital stint, had his big toe and his second toe removed. Um, and he said that, they were talking about the amputation of his toes, and eventually, also he said, then they were talking about the amputation of my leg from the knee down. Then they were trying to ensure I had a life. So basically, they were trying to save him. Sanders was diagnosed with three, basically, blood clots that could have killed him, which doctors categorize as life threatening. And the crazy thing is, he did all this with his boys going 11-2. Maybe they rallied around him, but they had a really good year. Coach and his brother, what is it, his son? Yeah, his son's the quarterback of that team. You know, so it said it all started with a dislocated toe and an inflamed nerve. His initial procedure was in September. He returned to the practice field in a golf cart and crutches. Sanders even roamed the sideline for a game with a push scooter. I remember seeing that. As he healed, his toes began to darken under the bandage. In addition, the blood clot, he also had compartment syndrome, which means his leg got swollen, and doctors had to flay open his leg to drain the fluid. Sad situation, man. Sad situation. Um, there was a video. I think I have a video. I'm gonna try to play um, of him getting his foot cut off. Pretty much. I'm gonna play it right here. But like I said, man, Deion Sanders he was one of my favorite athletes, and just this right here, he's my favorite guy. Like he moved up. I have a few favorite guys. One of them was Muhammad Ali. I put Deion Sanders up there as well for his caring and sharing and his ability to lift up teenage boys. Man, we need more people like him, and thank goodness we didn't lose him at this moment. Let me pull that up here. Let me see if I can play that video. But I saw this earlier, man. I was like, man, this was really touching. I don't know. I got so much stuff up right now. Okay, I saw it on TMZ, so let me see if I can play it on TMZ. It's loading. See, this internet, man, is bothering me, man. It's really bad today. I might not can play it. I don't know if I might have to try to get back to it. Yeah, it's not technically working right now. But you can check it out, man. It's on TMZ, the actual video. And if I can get to it again, I'll try to play it before I get off. But like I said, it's definitely a sad situation, man. And I definitely I think we should pray for Dion. For the burden that he's carrying right now. He has those kids really love him. At the college, and I know he had a school in Texas, I believe. I know he used to have a school, but he's doing really fantastic things for the community. Can't say any bad words about Dion, at this point. I'm gonna try to play it again. I think it might. It just might work. But this video, it touched me, man. If you see me cry on here, man, don't judge me. All right, here we go. Let's see if it worked this time.
I'm about to get foot surgery, and they want to know what am I actually getting done, Doc?
Yeah, so Dr. Reed today is going to be fixing kind of an old deformity about your foot from an old football injury.
Why you had to call it deformity, Doc?
Well, it's not really a deformity, but you've got an old claw toe, and your second toe is dislocated.
So how long has it been dislocated?
Probably a long time. You've been dealing with this for a long time, and it's just gotten worse, and the symptoms and the pain have gotten worse. And so she's going to shorten that second toe a little bit by cutting through the bone, kind of reattaching it, lengthening one of the tendons, and then straightening out your first toe to give you more room for that second toe.
I've been having excruciating pain. I've been barefooted during games, barefooted in practice all the time because of the pain. And I couldn't take it no more. And I have a high tolerance for pain.
Yeah.
But you guys dissected the problem, and this is good.
Yeah, we're going to get you fixed up today. So
it's good.
Not fun, but it'll be better.
And weight bearing for 6 weeks, so I'm going to be on a scooter for a minute.
Yep, you'll have a boot and be scooting around, but still be able to get out there, coach, and do what you normally do.
There you go.
You'll be as fast as you were.
I appreciate it.
Walking around, probably quicker on the scooter.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, so that wasn't the actual video. I have to find it, but he had complications from that actual surgery, and yeah, so he had complications from that surgery, and he had to get those toes cut off, and apparently it was a football injury. It was a football injury. Let me try to back up because I'm gonna find it because I want to play it, but yeah, man, a lot of them football players are messed up, man. For lifetime, man, like their head, and it's just it's a very dangerous sport. And he like you said, like most men like to tough things out, and you might have something wrong with you. Like imagine if he didn't. Well, it was complications, but what if it was from the injury, he would have not known that and just died on the sideline or something like that. Okay, so I found it. Let's see if I can play it. I found the video I was talking about. Oh man, so sad, man, so sad. All right, I'm gonna play it. Deion. Is this it? All right, here we go.
That final procedure, the amputation of his big toe and his second toe, which was very emotional.
It's pretty good. I know it looks a little scary, but it looks good.
Okay, what we're gonna do now? Do you want to look?
The hardest thing of it all was to look down there and see that and understand, once upon a time he was this type of athlete, and this, you don't even know if you're gonna walk because all you feel is pain and you just want to get out of this hospital. You just want to get out.
Probably lost some of y'all watching that video, but it's all good, man. Stop sharing. Yeah, so that's what happened with Deion, man. Oh man, that's a sad thing. I'm gonna move on from that, man. Definitely, if you hold on. I was looking at somebody sent me something, but Yeah, I'm gonna move on from that, man. But Dion, man, he's definitely one of top players in it, um, in and out, and definitely be praying for him and his family. But he's doing a lot for a lot of people. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Mm, mm, mm. All right, so let me get out of here. Now, did what y'all think about Diddy? Did y'all hear about Diddy? Diddy, Freddie, what's his name? Freddie P, the guy that used to be on the band. Anybody remember that the making of the band? Well, he came out in the video basically going off on Diddy and basically said he was suicidal, um, and how Diddy ripped everybody off and he made 100 million off of their backs and stuff like that. Do you agree with that? Do you? I was having this conversation with one of my friends, and he was basically saying, um, it's the kid's fault because like usually record labels, and people like moguls like him, they'll get somebody real young. They don't have them. They don't look at the contracts and stuff like that, and then they end up signing this 360 deal. And we all know that a lot of P Diddy's um, artists complained about him. So they're all saying that they signed this contract, they can't make no money. Well, Diddy came in back in great fashion. And if I can bring up that tweet, I'm going to try to bring up the tweet. But Diddy came back and said, "Look, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I need to hustle." Do you agree with that? Because a lot of people came out like Sauce Money. If anybody remembers Sauce Money, hit a one in the comments. He was with on Jay Z's first album, first two albums probably, and he was an artist, but he ended up writing that song "I'll Be Missing You." He wrote that song, and he didn't get paid for it. Now, granted, to be fair, P Diddy didn't get paid for it either. He didn't clear that song, but he hurried up and made all this money from it, from touring, and got the heck out of there. Now, this is what Diddy said from what he said. So let me see if I can pull that up. But what do you think? What do you think about that? Do you think Diddy should take care of the artists? Now, this is what Diddy said. Stop all your crying. Your B, I can't say that on here because I'm trying to get it monetized and moaning. Hustle harder or get the F out the way. Should he be sympathetic? Does he even care? Dude said he's suicidal. Like I said, that's what usually artists do. I mean, there's not a big success rate when it comes to musicians, man. You know, but they did contribute to making these guys rich. I remember Suge Knight was saying, Suge Knight said well, not Suge Knight, but his artist said they never got a paycheck from him. When Tupac died, he died broke. Everybody thought he had all this money. He came out with them albums. What was it All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli, Me Against the World, and he dies. So Tupac's mom went to see him. I mean, see she went to Death Row and said, "Where's his money at?" It's like he has no money. Went to the house he was living in, didn't own it. Cars he didn't own it. It was all under Death Row. Now, apparently, Tupac's mom sued and she won. She did. But is Diddy wrong? Mace Mace wrote a lot for Tupac. I mean, for P Diddy. Didn't get paid for it. He still owns his masters. Well, he doesn't own it, but P. Diddy owns his masters. All that writing he did. Now, like I said, my buddy was saying, if you sign a contract, that's on you. Me, I was saying, if someone was loyal to you and they made you money, like the Faith Evans, the Mary J. Blige, the Jodeci's, and they asked to reconstruct your contract, wouldn't you just listen to them? See, Master P was a real one. Now they complained about him, saying that they were getting paid, but he gave people houses, he gave people cars, he gave people had made millions with him. And if you complained, he would basically like, all right, you want to leave, ripped up the contract. We don't got to do business together. Now, the industry standard is like they do the 360, give you like a 5 album deal, knowing that the third album you ain't gonna make it. But that's just a question I have. That's just a question that I have on that. Um, in the news right now, we have Brittney Griner, man. Brittany's in a lot of heap of trouble. And so I'm not going to read the article, whatever, but the people know what's going on. For the people who don't, Brittney Griner plays for the WNBA and also for the Phoenix Mercury, and also she plays in Russia, which a lot of people do. A lot of WNBA players play in overseas. They make their money over there. They make millions over there. Then they come back and play in the summertime. Now, she got arrested for having what hemp oil or something like that. And they saying she smuggled stuff. Now we know that. What's going to happen? Is Putin doing this, arresting her to get back at America, to get Joe Biden to do something? Should Joe Biden do something? Is it just because she's a quote unquote a celebrity? Because there's Americans in Russia right now who's stuck in Croatia. There's Americans in Afghanistan. Should America help to get them out? I know when Trump was president and LaJello Ball got in trouble and got arrested over there for stealing, and people pleaded to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump ended up making a call to their president to let him out. Now, if that was the reason why they was let out or not, I don't know. Should the leader of the free world get into something like that with knowing we have conflict with them anyway? What do you think? Is it a ploy? And in my opinion, she's in trouble. Hopefully she could get out, but you can't play in these other countries, man. See, a lot of people want to talk about the Western world. They want to talk about America for whatever case it is. Like, oh, America got blood on his hands, which they do. But America is the best country out here. We nowhere in the world they never tried a situation where they let the people run it. No other country since until 1776. Ever since before that, everybody was run by a king. And once they allowed people to be innovators and do things on their own, we blew past everybody's country. And even when Trump came in office, everybody was saying, "Oh, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to Canada." It was like a big thing. Nobody went to Canada. America's great. America is amazing place. But you can't mess with those countries. We've been messing with Russia. I mean, let's just take it back to the Cold War, 1948, when they did NATO. We was dealing with them for the Cold War for about what 30 years, and people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this. However, Russia has an anti-gay bill that they passed in 2013. She gay. That's another reason why you shouldn't have went over there. Like, I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why. Like, there's so much money could be made in America, but you go over there when they passed the bill about saying basically you can't be gay over here. I pray that she's going to be okay. But she's done, man. Pray that she's not, man. But because I thought Lagella was done when he went through his situation, and God allowed him out. But in 2013, anti-gay bill passed in Russian parliament, signed by Putin. And it was unanimous. So they don't play with that gay stuff. The Eastern world does not play with the West. What the West do? They don't play with the empowering women. None of that. They don't play that. So she's over there. Hopefully, she's getting treated okay in jail. Because they're against that, and they hate America. A lot of people hate America, man, for our freedoms. We had freedoms for years. At least most of us. And they hate that. They hate it. Real quick, let me see here. I want to see if I can play a video. See if I can pull it up. But back to LeBron, man. Let's talk about LeBron, man. There any games on tonight? Should be watching some games here. But so I'm tired of these commentators like Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright. It seems to me that they're being paid to push the agenda of saying that LeBron James is the best. And I'm gonna play this video because like I'm just like over these guys, man. See if I can pull it up, but I'm just like, oh man, Shannon Sharp like Skip. Come on, Skip. I'm so sick of that dude, man. I mean, I like Shannon Sharp. I mean, I like watching him. He's entertaining to me. But it just made me want to vomit how much they want to try to change the narrative and make um, people think that LeBron James is the best. Still, I play this video.
Anytime you're on a list with Wilt Chamberlain, there's two people on that list. There's you and Wilt Chamberlain. That's a pretty good list. 55 and 10, and they need, 55 and 10, but he had 56 points. 6 points. Right. But here's the thing, Skip. They needed every point that he gave them. That was the thing. And you get 26, and he's like, damn, is this man going to get 50 points in a loss? He says, I refuse on the night that Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl champion Matthew Stafford, is in the building. Remember last time Aaron Donald was in the building was against Utah. He dropped, 37?
Well, let's get the Rams out to the crypt every night.
Cooper Kupp's next. Cooper Kupp, you're on deck, bro.
Okay.
Then Jalen Ramsey. But Skip, look, it was a great...
That 50-point win did not impress me. People want to, he scores 50 points. He still could do it at age 40. That's BS, man. What happened the next game? knee swelled up. Anytime your knee swell up, there's something wrong with your body. He's on his way out, bruh. I don't know what they're trying to paint this picture of him being a Laker and he don't have any help. What do you think this is, man? The brother have help right now. You have AD, which is hurt, and you picked him. I mean, you can't renege on it now. You saw his track record. You know he ain't never played a full season playing for New Orleans. Come on, man. Hold on 1 second here. I'll be. He never played a full season, and you have Russell Westbrook, which I don't think Russell playing his best, but he is getting 18.7 assists and 7 rebounds. Ain't that what y'all talking about? Y'all always talk about stats. Y'all always talk about stats, right? So he getting 18, 7, and 7. If you want to come in the conversation, man, I put the link in the comments. Just go in the comments and click it, and I'll get you on. But anyway, this is what they do. Like they don't have anything else to stand on, so they go with the stats, which we all know. Right now, it's so much easier to score in the NBA now than it's ever been before. It's back up to like where the 80s. The 80s, they were scoring 130, 140 points back then. The game has changed when LeBron came in the game. The biggest change happened was hand checking. That they stopped hand checking in 2004. That's when they stopped hand checking. Who came in the league in 2004? Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, and Dwyane Wade. Think about that. Before you can hand check, because if you didn't want to chase these people around, you can grab them. Can't do that once he got in there. Shaquille O'Neal, they changed the hack and shack and did all these things. Like you can't play that physical because of the Malice in the Palace. So the game is changed. Everybody focus on 3-pointers now. You don't think somebody gonna blow his numbers out the water once his knee mess up and and he finally retires? You don't think Giannis or not Giannis, the guy that plays for Dallas, he got better numbers than LeBron when LeBron at that age. Trey Young, Kevin Durant still playing. Them numbers is going to about time the next 15, 20 years. See, Michael Jordan is like number 4 right now. Number 4, number 5 on the scoring, all-time scoring. He's going to be like number 10 the way they're shooting these threes. The scoring titles is irrelevant. Wilt Chamberlain could have killed all that stuff back then. He stopped scoring. People don't know that. He was scoring 50 points a game, 39 points a game, 40 points a game one year, and he decided, hey, I'm going to stop scoring and I'm going to rebound. And then he started rebounding. But this is all LeBron has to stand on.
LeBron James.
All he has to stand on is points now. Oh, I'm going to just score the most points. He can't even play 2 straight games. He missed so many games this year because of his knee, because there's a problem with his knee. This team, like I said, he's not there to win championships. He's there for the benefits. And I told you when I was talking about this before, people go to jobs for benefits. They go for benefits. Oh, they don't care about the pay. They don't care about the overall goal. They just want their benefits. And that's what he's doing with LA. LeBron decided this year he wanted to be a top scorer because he wants somebody to remember him as doing something other than losing 6 championships out of 10. And everybody want to sit there and say, LeBron, he went to 10 straight championships. You know who did that before? The Silhouette, Jerry West. He did that. He went to 9 straight and lost to Boston the whole time. You think they were saying, well, Boston had a super team? But we do need to talk about, we do need to discuss LA. Because LA has not been LA since Jerry Buss passed away. Now, like I said, shout out to that documentary series. No, it's not a documentary, but it's an actual show that kind of loosely based off of what happened with the Lakers. The Winning, I think it's called The Winning. Hit a one in the comments if you saw that, man. But it's really good, and a lot of that stuff is true. I'm reading this book. I might try to play a couple inserts from the book, but I'm reading this book, Showtime, about the '80s Lakers, and man, like Magic Johnson was whoring out there. Like they said Magic Johnson was sleeping with 1 to 3 women every day.
That one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
And yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. But back to the Lakers. The Lakers has not been the Lakers since Jerry Buss passed away. You have the management is so bad. Jeannie Buss don't know how to run the team, and she's allowing the agent to run the team to the ground. Ever since Jerry Buss died, Kobe Bryant was running the team, and he was cool with Ron Palenka, and they didn't build a team. But it's interesting. The team has, in 9 years, they had 7 losing seasons under Kobe and LeBron. We have to discuss that. You understand what I'm saying? How is that? And if the great teams like Pittsburgh Steelers or Alabama had 7 losing seasons out of 9, you're going to probably cut some people. The Lakers had 4 coaches and 112 players in 9 years. The roster is old as heck. And the only player that's really that I'm impressed with is Monk, and they can't afford him. What is the problem with LA? They're not the same old LA we used to know. You understand? And it's not like Jerry Buss knew a lot about basketball. Well, really, I believe it was Jerry West. Because Jerry West was been running that team, and then he ended up leaving. I don't even think they like him in I don't think he's allowed in the building anymore with LA. But you got to give shout outs to Jerry West. Did y'all know? Man, there's a lot of stuff that I could do ranting all day, man, because I could do it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep playing this video real quick.
It was a great performance, a very special performance by a player that's, he had his first 50-point game at the age of 20. Now he has another one at the age of 37, a 17-year gap in between. And he had it going. Put him at the 5. And Skip, the Golden State, they love the small ball. Kevon Looney played, 10, 12 minutes? And now you're asking an awful lot of Andrew Wiggins to say, you know what, we want you to take LeBron James one-on-one and keep him out of the lane. And once that lane opened up, he's going down. Now he's getting to the lane. Now the 3 ball, you saw late third quarter and the fourth quarter, that 3 ball started dropping. Now you at his mercy. The only thing you can look at and say, Lord have mercy, what have I done to forsaken you? Because that's what was happening. And you saw it right before your eyes. I said, keep giving it to him, Brian.
So you're going biblical.
Yeah, this was a biblical proportions. Because I knew
you're quoting Jesus on the cross. Shannon Sharp just quoted Jesus on the cross.
No, I quoted that's what Andrew Wiggins was saying. Because he was the one that got that 56-piece special put on him. And he's asking himself, what did I do to deserve this? When everybody's watching, everybody was watching. You had the world, you had everybody's undivided attention, and you got a 56 ball dropped on your head. It had to have hurt. Last 55-10 game was Shaquille O'Neal. But Shaquille O'Neal, if I'm not mistaken, got his 55-10 at 28. LeBron James got his at 37 in 60, 70, 80 days. It was special. It was really, really special, and they needed it, like you said. And what made it so special, Skip, he's what I think the fourth guy to have that many points after the age of 37. I think Jordan had one, LeBron now, Jamal Crawford, and Kobe. It was the efficiency in which he got it. 19 of 31, 12 of 13, 6 of 11. Because you know how you do, Skip. I want to see him do it with the last 2 minutes of the game. He closed the game. He opened the game. He opened the game.
Wait, who hit the biggest closing shot of the game?
Whoa. Oh, no. But that's what he's supposed to do. Hold on. What did Carmelo say? LeBron told me get strong side. The very same.
Come on, Skip. Come on, Skip. See that?
LeBron James.
This is what I'm saying, man. Like, this was special because an old man scored 50-something points. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm saying, man. They inflate this guy, LeBron James, man. It was okay, it was entertaining to watch, but the NBA is about consistency. It's about winning. It's a travesty that the last 9 years, the LA has 7 losing seasons. And they had 2 of the best players there, Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. It's not about him. Like, but he's trying to get this scoring title. He's sitting there looking at his numbers every game because that's all he has. He's trying to beat LeBron. I mean, Kobe, not Kobe. He's trying to beat Michael Jordan so bad. He wants people to say he's the greatest. You would never be number one, man. Just let it be. Even people in your peer group is not telling you that you're number one.
Thing that you gave Michael Jordan for, tell Steve Kerr, you gonna be open. LeBron James did that. You heard Melo, get strong side. Melo said, I knew something was gonna go down when LeBron tells me.
Oh, listen, of course, future generations will not see this as a debate, but we do not have the ability to time travel. So I'm gonna use my time here to try to move at least a smidge, a couple of our friends, Chris Broussard and Kevin Wildes, who for them, Michael Jordan is Paul Bunyan. They are in sports parlance, the young child whose dad can always beat up all the other dads. No, you don't remember. You don't know. You weren't there. He was so tough and so big and so strong. And it's like, wait, you're supposed to grow out of that. And it's like, no, he's that. So here's the thing. And here's what is to me so interesting about this debate is this was, I believe, the very first topic we ever did on this show, which was 5 years ago, right after LeBron won the title against the Warriors. Since then, since it's starting to be a debate, LeBron has done the following. And God knows all that counts is the NBA Finals. We can show it to you. So those 3 finals averages come out to around 33, 10, and 9 on 55% shooting. Michael Jordan in his final 3 finals was 31, 5, and 4 on 43% shooting, but he won them all, so nobody cares.
When Karl Malone got to the number that he got to, everybody thought it was what, Skip? A foregone conclusion that he was going to pass Kareem. And then all of a sudden, the wheels fell completely off. So it's not a foregone conclusion. Yeah. We think it's going to happen, but I think LeBron understands that the more games that he can play and the closer that he can get, the greater the likelihood of it is. For LeBron to miss a game.
And that's the thing right there. If we're going to talk about facts, man, and numbers, we have to put people in perspective. We have to, if we're going to talk about numbers, then John Stockton is the greatest point guard ever because his numbers is better than Magic's. All his numbers is better than Magic's. But everybody say Magic's the best point guard ever, arguably one of the top 5 basketball players ever. If we want to talk about numbers, then you got to say Karl Malone is the best ever because his numbers is way better than Tim Duncan's, but we know that's not true. So this is what I'm saying. Like, this argument is ridiculous when we want to talk about numbers. And to be fair, I don't really like having this argument because I don't think you can say anybody's the best ever. I think it's disrespectful to everybody who played this game who at a high level. I think it's disrespectful. But Skip Bayless is the reason why we're having this argument in the first place. I mean, to this degree, ever since they had these little debate shows, it changed the landscape of how we talk about sports in the barbershops. I believe that he's a great player, and it's been a pleasure watching him. I don't think he carried the league any better. See, when Michael Jordan left, everybody wanted to be like Mike. I don't hear these young people saying they want to be like LeBron. They want to beat LeBron because they know LeBron is beatable. Michael Jordan stopped everybody in his age group. They couldn't win when he was there. We talking about the 90s. We ain't talking about the 80s. The 80s were older, stronger people. They retired. They were old about time. After 87, 88, they were all old and done. That was their group. They were the ones who got drafted in the 70s. I'm talking about the people who got drafted in the 80s. His group. He beat on everybody in that group. Stopped them from getting championships. What did LeBron do? LeBron didn't stop anybody from getting championships. Everybody got a championship. You get a championship. You get one. How did Kawhi Leonard get one? Kawhi Leonard, Steph Curry got a bunch of them. Kevin Durant, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwyane Wade got one on your watch, bro. Without you, he ain't dominate that league. Like everybody say, oh, he went to 10 straight championships. No, you dominated the East. And in my opinion, it was kind of weak, but hey, you dominated the East. You didn't dominate the whole league. And the only thing you have is, oh, well, the league is a little weaker. It was weaker back then. No, you're trying to diminish what was done back then. There's no way you could go back in time and play these players. Once you look at what's in front of you, none of these young dudes respect you. I got a video of him playing defense. He don't play defense anymore. He can't play defense. He's done. You ever go? I remember I was trying to play. I'm older guy now. I try to play with these young boys, man. They were cooking me. Back in the day, I would stay in front of him. He's done. He's just getting these stat padding right now. And I think they have a road trip with 10 teams right now. You got like 20 games left, and these are all playoff teams, and you're probably not going to make the playoffs this year. This is what I'm saying. People's going to forget these years with LeBron James. They're going to forget these years because he's done. LeBron is done.
LeBron James.
His knees swelling up. He can't play defense. He can score. You know, a lot of people retire sports. It's not because of the game, because they could get one good game in, and if they could get some rest, and then come back and do it again. But with the rigorous schedules that they have, they can't do it. He's not making his team better, man. So keep playing this video.
Game, considering how well he's playing, that knee had to have been bothering him. Now, he's been managing it for quite a while because he's missed a couple of games already because of that knee.
5.
Yeah, okay, he missed 5 games because of that knee. So,
and reportedly, it was swelling,
right,
which is the worst sign. But go ahead.
Because it's telling you that knee is trying to protect itself. Try to protect you, say, bro, I'm going to go ahead and swell on up, let you know that there's something going on here that you need to get looked at. So I am very surprised, considering that coming off of that kind of performance that he had on Saturday night. Normally, Skip, guy have like, hey, I'm gonna see if I can follow this thing up. What type of? And it's not like San Antonio has these great defenders.
No.
So for him to miss that game, it lets me know that knee was bothering him. Could he possibly miss the Houston game? Possible, but maybe a couple of days off is what he needed in order for him to come back and be full strength. I mean, look, we've never seen a guy asked to do at this juncture of his career. In year 19, he's 37 years of age. He's playing 37 minutes a night. Skip.
Agreed.
You're asking, and the mere fact that you're asking, alarm. But I think this thing bears watching.
To me, I'm not saying on like a Kevin Durant level golden goal.
Yeah, man. LeBron James, he asked. What do you mean he's asked to do this? He wants to do this. He controls the team. He gets all these young players off the team. Get them all off. Gets his little old players in. He did. This is nothing new. You remember when the year when he was in Cleveland, he got Derrick Rose and Isaiah Thomas and his homeboy that was washed. Dwyane Wade. He's been doing this. This is nothing new that he gets old players because he don't want to play with young players where he has to develop them. He has to say so. This is his fault. And what we found out is great players are not good GMs. He's the worst GM in the world. He don't let them do their job.
State, but it's like, okay, so you're going to jump on this team.
But the equivalent would have had to be him joining the Celtics that had won 58 games, had won in the finals.
Right.
Kevin Durant joined a 73-9 team that had beat him. You do realize that he had only won 47 games and got beat in the first round the year before he joined them.
That's true, but they didn't have Chris Bosh too. He brought another guy with him.
Really? I mean, how do you go from 73-9? So do you believe that 73-9 team was worse than the team that he joined?
No, KD's is 10 times worse. I'm not making that argument.
Okay,
we're on the same team there. And rewinding all the way back to where you started.
Yeah.
You know, I was watching a video the other day, and Bobby Knight was talking about before MJ played game 1 in the league.
Yeah.
That Olympic team was beating NBA guys Bird, Magic, and he's like, this dude's going to go down as the greatest player of all time. So he was an early buyer of Google,
right?
And he was right. And then I get to the LeBron conversation. Well, if he can just do it with the Lakers, then he'll be considered the greatest. Dude, we've seen his career. We've seen Michael. I don't care how many more titles he wins. We know MJ. We do. I do.
Okay.
You don't feel that way? Don't tell me why.
No.
Well, talk to me.
Because I mean, see, he's like, well, he's 6 for 6. Okay, did he not play finals in the 80s?
Well, so right, okay, but I see. Okay, when he had the team to get there, they won.
Okay,
right.
Yeah.
And when they didn't,
so was Dennis Rodman any good?
Dennis Rodman was a great player, but
he led the league. He led every year that he was with the Bulls. He led the league in rebounding. You do realize
I don't think that's true.
I'm 1,000% certain that's true.
Somebody check the stats on that.
Did you know Scottie Pippen was the All-Star Game MVP the year that Michael left, and he was a Hugh Hollins blown call away from getting to.
You see how these bronzexuals always want to discredit what happened in the 90s and the 80s.
The Eastern Conference Finals. You know that.
Yeah, I do. I also know that they lost in the second round now, right? I mean, they didn't. I don't think they would have beaten Akeem. Now, but that season they.
I just want to know. Okay,
Scott
did Mike play for the Wizards? So how far did they get with the Wizards?
He was 40.
Oh, but you're the GOAT.
Yeah,
but the GOAT. So the GOAT eat. I just need you to get to that. I just need to get to the play.
Hold on a second. Would you agree that the Detroit Pistons are one of the all-time great teams?
Whoa. But you don't say that about... So, hold on. The Detroit Pistons, all-time great. But LeBron losing to KD and the Steph Curry and Klay Thompson-led Warriors. What?
Well, hold on a second here now.
Who's better?
Who's better what?
Who had the better team? Who do you think will chronically be better? The bad boy Pistons or the 17 or the 17 or the 16? 16, 17 award.
All right, let's rewind back. You put Michael on the team that LeBron was on when he was guarded by, who was the little guy?
JJ Barrett.
JJ Barrett. You put Michael on that team. Who wins?
They lost. You can't. There's no refuting that. There's no getting around that. But we do realize that he lost to the bad boy Pistons.
That was a hell of a team.
Did he ever beat the Big Three Celtics?
No, but they weren't ready to do it.
So now you want LeBron to beat hell of a team, KD, Steph, and Clay. By himself, right?
No, the KD, Steph, and Clay team, no. But the year that
which team did Michael beat? I just want to know. Just tell me this: which team did Michael beat that was better than the Warriors with KD?
Well, hold on. The team that he beat with,
I don't know.
No, but he did not beat a team better than that. But the team, but neither did LeBron. LeBron beat the Warriors without KD and
unanimous MVP. Unanimous. And it was 73-9.
Steph Curry was hurt.
When did LeBron ever? You know, LeBron has never only been favored of the finals he's gone to. He's only been favored twice. When was Michael not favored?
Let me ask you this: the year that they beat the Spurs, who had the biggest shot? Was that not Ray Allen in the corner bailing him out? Didn't he miss a wide open three? Didn't he miss a bunch of them?
So we're not going to talk about being down by 10, scoring 16 of the 22 that they took.
This is good.
Huh? Are we going to do that? We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to talk about the goal.
When LeBron took the Cavs to the pinnacle and they won it and ended the drought, greatest accomplishment of his career.
When LeBron left the Heat, what happened?
Well,
when Michael left the Bulls, what did Scottie do?
What happened when Michael left in '98? They won. What's happened? It's been how many years has it been?
The team broke up. Scottie was gone. DJ, I'm talking about when Scottie left when Michael left the first time.
Right. Well, the team made it to the second round of the playoffs.
What? So how far did the Heat get?
So hold on.
Okay, when LeBron left the Cavaliers, what did they do? Tell me when LeBron left the Cavaliers. Okay, I'm waiting.
It was it's a valid point. I like this conversation. Shannon, let me ask you this. You're down 10 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
All right. You need buckets.
Yeah.
Who are you giving the ball to, Mike?
No.
Yes.
If I'm down 10, I'm gonna get the guy that's gonna make the right play. A guy that can get me buckets.
MJ's not gonna make the right play.
No, I just want to know one thing.
Yeah.
LeBron not a scorer. How he got all these points? How he got more points?
I didn't
than
say
Mike?
he's not a scorer, but he doesn't score like Mike.
Could Mike assist like he could? Could he rebound like him?
How many triple doubles in a row did he get when they put him at point guard when they asked him to do it? That's not his role.
He got 13 in a row.
Yeah,
he got
13 in a row, no big deal.
And he still only got 23. So what happened the other years?
But that's not his role.
So what's LeBron's role? Is LeBron's role just to score?
Oh, that was good. That was good, man. But like I said, they be capping for your boy LeBron James, man. You know, like I said, I think he's a great player, but I'm on him, man. Because if you're gonna sit there and say he's great, I'm gonna say why he's not better than Mike. He might be number 2, but he ain't number 1. And he had an opportunity to be number 1 because he was arguably the greatest specimen of basketball we ever seen. He's bigger than Mike. He's stronger than Mike. He could pass better than Mike, but he don't have this. He don't have that killer instinct, and that's why he didn't win. Is not the best. The same way why Shaquille ain't talked up there with the best centers because he had he had the weight but he never worked hard. He just went off his God-given gifts. With that, I'm gonna end this, man. But I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you on the next one.